So this is awkward. I'm in my van, my broke down van, um, behind my mom's house. Or she's not my mom. I know she's not my mom. She knows she's not my mom. But she's still she's trying to pretend that she's my mom to this community and to this town because I can tell, I can read her energy. She's afraid, she's scared because she's been living with this lie for so long. I mean, like, she took me on as a project. I mean, I was sold to her and to this family for my energy and to steal my inheritance. And she, you know, I haven't always known. I've just figured it out, and I figured it out from her own behavior, the way that she treated me in my entire life and how I was treated and what it was like. And, it didn't make any sense, but I told her, that's the thing about it. Like, I warned her about all this stuff. I was like, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't go around and talk shit about me and say that I'm worthless and lie about me, and then also treat me like crap for the things that you're doing. That's like you're doing those things and then blaming it on me and then being mad at me that I'm not doing what you want me to do. And that's you can't have your cake and eat it too. It doesn't work that way. You can't have everything. It doesn't work. You have to be fair. It has to be equal in some way. You can't be on both sides of the fence at the same time. You can ride the fence, but you can't be on both sides at the same time. It's just not logically possible. And so, yeah, no, I mean, it was her own behavior that, and then just my memories and what I remember that helped me deduce, besides my intuition and my ancestors waking me up, my ancestors and my spirit guides and my angels and passed over loved ones, real loved ones that woke me up from the manipulation, the energetic manipulation and the MK Ultra. And they were the ones that, that within me was like, hey, that doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, no, it doesn't make sense. I mean, they're not an outside voice. My higher self talks to me. They talk through my higher self. So it's my voice. And it was hard to figure out what was, not, what was a lower vibration and what was or what was ego and what was my higher self. And the only way I was able to figure that out was to be able to heal myself and to know I was coming from a genuine place. And when you come from your heart, whether it's not ego, I mean, like, it's not ego. If ego, is fear based and questions and can get confused. But from your heart, when you're healed, when you're balanced from your heart, and when you're riding the trust frequency, you don't have to worry. You don't have to be confused, and you can trust in what and the information that you get. And so that's what I was able to do, and that's why I said they had me heal to balance myself. Thank God, though, because of being traumatized the way that I was, intentionally traumatized the way that I was imbalanced. And so I was easily confused, and I was able to doubt myself, and I was, and so that's what I mean. They had me heal those parts of me, and I had to face some shit. And it just sucks that it was put on me. It was actually like hexed and cursed upon me and energetically manipulated upon me to be in mental states that weren't for my highest good, that hurt me, that decision, or like choices and decisions that weren't for my highest addictions, stuff like that. Seeking validation outside of myself, not thinking I was good enough, not being confident in myself. And so it just sucks that's the thing about it. I still have lots of healing to do, because like it isn't easy to find out that the person that you thought was your mother wasn't your mother, and that's what I mean. She's right now, she can't face it either. Like, it's coming. I call down God's judgment and karma for this situation through awakening and healing myself and wanting truth, because I don't have all of the truth and I want to know, and that part it's confusing with that part, but I know what I know to know what is true, and to be able to be confident in that and trust in that. enough, you know. And yeah, no, I feel bad for her. To an extent, not to too far of an extent, because she tried to poison and kill me, and she tortured me, and she traumatized me, and like I said, she's just been mean to me. She's been trying to put her karma on me. And that's why I woke up and I was like, no. And that's why I'm in my van. I've slept in my van the last 2 nights. And the house is worse though. It's like not any better, but she does drugs and she's up all night and she's slamming things around trying to be mad at me because her life's going to hell because of because she's getting she's reaping the karma and having to face the consequences of her own choices. She wants to put it on me and blame me, and she's going around and lying and slandering me to anyone that'll listen. But I mean, that's on them for believing her. Like, that isn't anything to do with me. I don't have to go around and prove myself to anyone. No one should have to do that. No one should have to. And so, like, if they're not, whoever she's slandering me to, or, talking crap about me to, if they believe her, that's on them. And they're not my friends anyway, if they don't know, but I don't have any friends anyway. I've had to disconnect from everyone and detach from everyone. I've been very alone for a very long time, like over a year, because I was getting hip to this stuff and figuring out what energy means and what energy siphoning means and harvesting, and I was still barely like I knew I had been awakened to the idea that I was sold, and because that I had been adopted into this situation, and I'd always thought it as a kid too. That's the fucked up thing. My intuition's even when I was a kid, I thought it was weird because, like, I was abused. I was, financially abused, verbally abused, mentally abused, psychologically abused, even physically abused once in a while, But I mean, just every abuse you could think of, it was, And I was a loving person, and I was tricked into believing this person was my mother, and she was just sitting there, and she knows. That's the fucked up thing, to still try and abuse me even now, when she's known the entire time that she isn't my mom, and that what she's been doing, and she's getting caught for it, and she still is trying to play the game, and still mad at me, and still jealous and envious of me. And she's mad at me because she couldn't kill me, because I didn't die. How the fuck does that work? How the fuck does that work? I don't know. I actually said that to my daughter like 6 months ago, and she thought it was weird, but I was like, how does one go about apologizing to someone that didn't die after they tried to kill him? I said that to my daughter, and she's like, that is weird. But she didn't realize what I was saying. She's gonna find out soon, because the truth is coming out, and she's gonna be like, holy shit. And I'm gonna be like, I know. Because I am a prophet, I am an oracle, I am a seer, you know what I mean? Like, and I am in touch with my intuition, and with my spirit guides, and with God, and with the divine, and it's not an easy road. It's not clear cut. That's an ego type of thinking that it's this way or that way. If you're connected to God, then you know everything. No, it's not like that. It is very intricate and complex. It is not. I still don't know all the details. I don't know what happened to me all the way. I still don't. And there was a lot of energetic manipulation, and that's what I mean. Abuse and narcissistic abuse, covert narcissistic abuse, and MK Ultra, and spell work, and curses and hexes to make it so I wouldn't remember what happened to me. And so I wouldn't believe in my worth. And that's the one thing that I have to heal from, is that I never had anybody support me. Everybody was always against me and opposed me. And I've been smart my entire life. I could have been a doctor. I could have been, I always wanted to be a lawyer, actually, is what I wanted to be, because law always stuck with me. Like, actually, I did in 8th grade. We had to do a career report, and what do you want to be when you grow up? And I wanted to be a corporate lawyer. And that's crazy, because, like, yeah, it just, my divine twin is actually a lawyer, I do believe. And he was born into it, and he's actually mirroring the same experience. I don't think he was adopted into his family, but maybe. Shit, I don't know, like, I don't know the details, but I know enough that he's been mirroring, like, he's had to go through narcissistic abuse and gaslighting, and made to feel, like he wasn't good enough. But he at least he was born into a family that was, or like, I don't actually, I don't know. Like, I really don't know all the way, but I know that he's a lawyer, which is funny because that's what I always wanted to be. And so, but that's how God works, serendipity, and subtlety. And that's how the divine operates. It's not surprising that, we're going to mirror our stories in that way, like, and that's the reward for all this, like, for both of us, is that we're very deep, and true, genuine people that love very deeply, and our love got taken advantage of and manipulated and abused and hurt. And so we get to bring that to light. We get to shed light on it. But we also get to have each other as companions and as support, because we never had that kind of support. We were always somebody was trying to take advantage of us or use us in ways to take and take and take without giving anything back to us. And we gave and gave and gave, and didn't stand up for ourselves in different ways, I'm sure, which we had to heal and come into. But we've both been working on ourselves. I've even been sending him like healing, like that. If I've healed in places where he needs healing, I send it to him, and I send Archangel Michael to him, and I send the violet flame between him and me. And I also send it between me and my kids, because they've been attacking my kids too. Like, and so, like, this stuff is real. This stuff sucks, and it's coming to light. It's going to come to light. There's a lot of corruption in the world, and it's hard to overcome the traditions that have been there. But this is the new age of Mother Gaia, and it's going to happen. Like, we all deserve real love. We all deserve to be genuine and authentic without having to worry about anything, without having to doubt anything, without having to be confused about anything. To live in a state of non-duality, in a state of unity, where there's empathy and compassion and kindness and care and consideration, and it's not superficial, and it's not, it doesn't mean you have to lay everything out there, but it just means you have to be genuinely concerned. When you're concerned, you don't just, oh, hey, yeah, sure. It isn't fake, false. All that shit's going, and that's what me and my counterpart are standing for. That world, that the new earth in that way. And I don't give a shit about any spells or anything like that. Nothing will stop that, especially the spiritual ranking that I know that I have. Like, literally, like, you don't, like, they came up against the wrong one. They really did. Because I am an old soul. I'm primordial. And so I have backing. I'm getting goosebumps right now. I have backing from ancient existences and energies and entities, besides my own power that is ancient and primordial and in and of itself, from my God source energy. And so, like, and that's what I was used as bait. I was used as bait for God. Like, God is gracious and merciful. He really is. It's nothing like what any of our mortal minds or ego minds can think of. That's why, like, coming up against me, I have the archangels on my side, and, like, literally, I've been staying in my van, and I heard somebody walk by it last night and, like, whistle, and I called the archangels in right away. And I'm so goddamn protected that if anybody tried to hurt me and got close enough, they'd literally have a heart attack and die, or something would happen, like a freak accident. Like, they could get struck by lightning. A train could come out of nowhere and hit them. Okay, like, I mean, like, something. That's the realm that God works in. That's the true realm. That's where karma, like real karma, like pestilence and fucking, you know what I mean? Like, don't be going after someone that isn't going after you, because it's going to come back on you in ways that isn't like, it isn't like this 3D or, mortal construct of it, like your money's going to get taken away, your car is going to fail, and, like, your car could fail too, but I mean, like, that you're like, bad things could happen. You could get really bad, like illnesses, that incurable illnesses, or like terminal illnesses, or your pets could die, or something could happen to your, like, this is a different realm, like the Bible talks about, dude. You don't want to fuck around with God. Don't fuck around with God. And it has nothing to do with me, or it wouldn't work, or I wouldn't have God on my side. Like, I can't be vengeful in any way, nor do I want to be, honest to God. I really don't. I'm like, one of the readers that I watch said that too. It's like, being an earth angel, you don't wish harm on anyone, even to the ones that have done you harm. You hope that they heal, and you hope for the best for them, but you don't want to be near them, because you know that they're toxic and what their energy includes. And so you just don't want to be around them. And that's just for your own, You would want the same for them. If they were in the same situation, you wouldn't want somebody to do that to them. And so that's just the way that is. But you don't wish vengeful, or you're not have ill intentions toward anyone. It doesn't work that way with an earth angel at all. It doesn't. Or you wouldn't be an earth angel. You can't be an earth angel if you have ill intentions toward another energy in any way. It doesn't work. And I don't. And that's what I mean. Like, I really don't. Like, I really pray. Like, and that's the thing that was taken advantage of from me more, is the fact that, like, my caring heart, and I see the divinity, and I see the divinity in everything, and I have hope for everything, but I know that they took it too far. Like, too far with me. I don't even know all of it. And my spirit team and my ancestors have been like, you don't even know. We know. And they want blood. Like, they're pissed. Whatever the intentions that my mother and whatever cult organization that she's a part of, and cults, I think there's a couple actually, because they were after my star energy and stuff like that. All this stuff is coming to light. But, like, the lengths that they went to are unfathomable. And that's another thing too. And I know that like the judges and law officials that are coming across and this case and other cases are finding out that people that come to them and say that another person did that, usually, I mean, you got to question the person that's saying that, because it's usually they're the ones that, if they're the ones saying that someone else did it, they're the ones that are capable of doing it like that. Like, some of this, like, I know there's stuff that I'm going to find out about that I couldn't fathom, and I wouldn't have wished on anyone that was actually attempted on me. And thank God for God, and thank God for the archangels, and thank God for the angels, and my guardian angel, and my celestial star families, and my elementals, and the elemental realm, and my ancestors, and my deceased loved ones, and my spirit animals, and my nature spirits, and my spirit guides, and my masters, and, like, all my allies that I have, all my divine allies, and heavenly helpers, and benevolent beings of light that I innately was calling upon and didn't even realize. And that's what I mean. My soul knew something was that I was being attacked spiritually, and that I was being hurt. And it automatically started to employ, like, I started to pray more. I called in all these allies, just automatically, the things that I did pointed to the fact that I was being attacked in those ways, that there was black magic, and that there was hexes and curses, and there was poison, and just attempts on my life, and they're real. Like, black magic really does work. It's energetic manipulation is all it is, and it's using the energy of Mother Gaia in combination with one's own energy and the intention, and it charges it, and then sending it towards someone. You know what I mean? It kills people. It literally, black magic kills people. Like, things go wrong in people's cars when they're driving. Suicide spells. There's suicide spells. You know that? Like, there's suicide spells that can be sent to another person, and they get really, really depressed, and then they might actually kill themselves because it manifests in their reality. And maybe they actually weren't suicidal. That's what's crazy. And that's why I stand on the justice that I do. Because there are a lot of people that died because of black magic that was unjust. And I have them all backing me and supporting me and being able to bring them justice. And that's why, like, I speak my truth, and I'm going to stand in my truth. And I'm in the lion's den right now. Like, I don't have anybody except my spirit team, except the archangels. And I'm not dead yet. And it's because of God. It isn't like there has been no attempts on my life. There has been. I have been poisoned. I have been hurt. I mean, like, energetically manipulated toward, but thank God for God, and thank God for the divine, or I would be dead. But God said, no, we're going to get justice for those that have died. And like I said, they are standing beside me, and they are standing behind me. And that's why, like I said, I'm in the lion's den right now, and I've humbled myself to the point where, like, I don't have much. Like, I don't have any clean clothes. I don't have, the house is full of shit, and it's deteriorating. It's just terrible in the house. And so I'm living in my broke down van in the backyard right at the moment, like, and I don't have a lot of electricity, or like, I'm using an extension cord to the garage right now. It's not even a long one. Like, I got to go outside, and I sit outside in a chair while I charge up my laptop. Other than that, and my van's full of dirty clothes, because that's what all I have is a bunch of dirty clothes. We don't have a washer and dryer. I haven't had one for a long time, so I just go to the thrift store and I'd buy a $5 bag of clothes, and then I'd wear them all, and then throw them in my van because I couldn't wash them. And I mean, it's like but I've gone without, and I don't mind. I really don't. Like, I'm grateful for the things that I can be grateful for, and that's what's important to me. That's why, not letting things get me down in any way, because it's not going to help. That doesn't help. That's what I learned. It doesn't help to get angry about stuff and to blame and to be sad. It doesn't mean don't honor those emotions if you're hurting in those ways. But it means that don't let it run you. Don't let it ruin you. Don't let it take over your life. Don't let it make it so that you can't enjoy your life in some capacity, or be grateful in some capacity. Because there's many things that one can be grateful for in any any situation. Yeah, there's things that you can be unhappy for too, but it only perpetuates unhappiness to choose unhappiness. Same with if you choose gratitude, it perpetuates gratitude. And so, like, it's just the way that it works. And so it's better to be grateful than it is to be not. Find things to be grateful for. And that's what I've been able to do that. Like, I'm in the backyard, and I put nuts out. I got nuts from the food bank, and dried like berries and stuff like that, and I put them out on the sidewalk, and like, so I have all these squirrels and I have all these birds and stuff that come around, and they're like the only friends that I have, like, or the Mother Gaia is the only, and the divine is all that I have, and that I've had for a long time as my support. Like, I'm gonna have to heal from that. That's like part of part of an abandonment wound, being abandoned, not feeling like you have anyone. That's an abandonment wound. And so, and I know that I'm honest with myself, and I know I have to deal with that stuff, and I will deal with that stuff, and I plan on dealing with that stuff. Like, even me coming on right now was to video, to overcome, to brainstorm, to introspect, where I need to heal and where I need to cry. If I need to cry, I don't mind crying. That means crying is transmuting emotions that are within you that need to be transmuted. And so when you honor those emotions of sadness, of whatever issues that you have, and by crying, by honoring them, that's what you honor them. And then you can release them, and they're gone. And that's just the way that works. And that's why I said I'm a human transmutation machine, or like, entity, energy is what I am, organism. I'm really good at being able to transmutate energies through my emotions, through crying, because I'm so raw, and I'm so authentic and genuine, that I honor myself, and any emotions that come up, I honor. And so that's why they've been saying that, like, that I'm not speaking my truth, but I've had issues with being able to speak my truth. And so I've just been recording it like this, and I'm still going to post it. I'm still going to share my truth as soon as I can. I tried to go live today to speak my truth and to be heard, and to feel like, because I have to speak it too, just to feel better. That's one of my transmutational ways too, as well, as being able to speak my truth, is getting it out of me, so it doesn't stay stuck in there, and I don't feel like I don't feel like I'm being victimized, because I don't want to be a victim, and I don't want to be victimized. And so if I feel like I can't get my truth out there, then I start to stagnate, and I start to clam up, and it doesn't help. So I have to make these videos, and I have to get my like, I have to post my stuff. I have to or I'm not going to feel okay, you know what I mean? And like, it's going to just stagnate within me, and I don't want that to happen. It doesn't help. Like, it has to flow through, it has to come out, it has to release, it has to be. And because of the situation, it's been so fucked up that's what I mean. This is a very fucked up situation. It really is. It's a really complex and intricate one, man. That's why they had to prep me for it. They had to make me heal to a degree, to be able to face the actual betrayal and deception, that how far and how deep this goes, Like I figured out a lot with my intuition. Like I solved my own case in a lot of ways, and other cases in a lot of ways, and I spoke up about it in a lot of ways, but I haven't spoken all of it either, because that's what I mean. Like, I've been made, and that's the witch wound. I've been made to feel like I was crazy. Like, how do you explain to people that you were sold? Like, oh, she's not really my mother. She's actually she was given to me so she could, the family could steal my inheritance. And how can I tell? Could people be like, how do you know that? And I'd be like, my spirit guides, and they'd be like, okay. You know what I mean? Like, so I had to give it to God. Like, I spoke on what I knew, and then I had to give the rest to God and let God handle it, so he could bring me the truth, and he could bring the truth to the people, and he could bring truth to the world, and get justice for all those that haven't had justice, and that need justice, and that deserve justice. All of us star seeds that have been harvested and energy siphoned, and then just human trafficking. Like, I was human trafficked. I literally have been human trafficked. I was sold so that I could be stolen from. And then not just that, I was abused after that. I was made to feel small. I was made to feel unworthy. And that's the stuff that I got to heal it from, you know what I mean? Like, I've come into my own power, but I still have remnants of that. It's really hard when you're being targeted. Even when I was a kid, man, they attached demons to me when I was a kid. And I know this. I had nightmares when I was a kid, and my memories, no one looked after me. Like, I was up till 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was given to a sexual predator when I was 4. And I knew my mom knew, and I think the school knew. Because, like, there were incidences in the school that I did inappropriate stuff, and nothing happened. Like, I know the teachers knew that I was displaying inappropriate behavior, and nothing happened, and I don't understand why. There's a lot of things that I don't understand. It is what it is. The truth will come to me. I do believe that whatever is supposed to come to me will come to me in the ways that it's supposed to. And I have faith in that. I have faith in that. And if it doesn't come to me, then I don't need to know it. Then it's not actually pertinent for me to know. There are things that I need to heal within me, and God knows this, and my ancestors know this, that I need to heal. It has to be healed. And it'll set my ancestors free too, for me to be able to heal. And that's why this truth is going to come to me, so I can be able to do that, because then I can release that emotion that's within me that is just being held onto. It really is. I've tried to heal it. I've tried to face it, but without knowing the full truth, I can't. I haven't been able to. So they had to heal me in the ways that they could, to the extent that they could, to be able to bring me this truth, because it's a deep one. It's a rough one. This is going to shake the world. This is going to shake everything. That's why, if there's a law official out there, or if they're law enforcement that doesn't want to go against the grain, or doesn't want to, you know what I mean, that doesn't want to, make a wave, don't think of that. I'm in the lion's den right now, and I could be attacked and hurt at any moment, and I'm still going to speak my truth. I don't care if there's a gun up to my head and somebody's threatening me. I'm still going to speak my truth. I'm still going to speak the truth, because it deserves to be spoke, for justice for all. And that's why I call upon officials and law officials to do the right thing and to stand in truth, like I am. I don't think I'm better than anyone, but if you're in that position, don't you feel like there's a moral obligation to do the right thing? I do. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. That's why I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care. If somebody was threatening my life, I would still speak the truth. Because letting someone win like that, letting something have power over you like that, is wrong. It is. It limits you. It limits you in so many ways, and it makes it so you can't be who you want to be in so many ways, and that's not right. No one should be able to do that to anyone. So never hold back your truth, and never let anything or anyone make you hold back your truth, or make it so you can't do the right thing. Anyway, there's that. Thanks.